Hello again, ladies and gentlemen. Saka here with another episode of Hearts of Iron 4 Together for Victory DLC. We are the Dominion of Canada, and what I would like to do is we're almost done with the Royal-sur-Roi Commission. I'm sorry if I'm butchering the French there. What I would like to do is sort of head down to Canada United, which almost looks like a communist path. So I believe our next one, we're going to gain national spirit here, and then that'll make the United Kingdom really not like us, and then we can go down sort of the communist route here and unite Canada, which I believe then, because of that, we need sort of our, where is our communist revolutionist to help spread the communism, and communism is pretty much the smallest. It's only 1%, so that is quite a big goal to overcome. What I also might want to do is do a military high command. Let's see, which can get our forces up. Well, special forces armor, not too bad. But I'm guessing we need some army experience. We only have 5 army experience as of now, and I want to sort of upgrade these troops. Let's go speed 3 here while things are kicking off. I have all my soldiers stationed up here taking a look at our production. We're still down 3,500 rifles, which shouldn't be too awful bad. We're reinforcing, and we'll be down for a bit, but not too awful bad. Once we get enough experience, what I would like to do is get rid of the cavalry, because if we look at the cavalry here, oh, there is our the remilitarization of the Rhineland. Germany is kicking things off. Let's go ahead and pick our next national focus. Let's go well, I don't know. Is there anything that can give us more factories? That adds a civilian factory. I think that civilian factory, oh, we're going to need both of them, aren't we? We also need the crown corporations. That sort of sets us back just a bit. We don't need any infrastructure. I don't think infrastructure will be that good. Industry. That military factory would definitely be nice, but it looks like we need these as well. What I'm guessing from this sort of tech tree is we got to do a lot of hoops to do that. All right, let's just do it. Let's be a patrician, and we can modify our government. Is there anything that we can do to gain military experience? I believe military experience would be very good for us. Let's go ahead and sign on Kenneth Stewart, and he's going to increase our army experience by 0.05 per day. Once we get up to 10 points, we will be able to modify our divisions here. And as I was saying, what I would like to do is change these guys to infantry, if I could. Or I may just, well, I don't want to scrap these guys, but I mean, their equipment should go back into the pool. I kind of want to do that. Just sort of get ready, because looking at this cavalry versus the infantry. Yeah, the infantry has a whole lot more hit points, a little bit less organization. They use more supplies, but look at that soft attack and hard attack and defense. I mean, breakthrough. It looks like cavalry is so underwhelming. So let's just select these cav. Let's put them in another unit, and then disband this whole unit here. I think that would be the best for us. So now we're up to 29,000 troops, and I believe we can start training some more militia. Let's just do 5 and set the location here for Saskatchewan. Sure, sounds good. They'll train up. Matter of fact, I don't think I want a series. I think I want... So we had the manpower, but not enough infantry equipment. That's fine. Let's just train these guys up if we can. That saves our infantry equipment production a bit, though. Once we research tech up and we can increase this cap, that would be very good. We need factories, man, is what we need. That's what we really need. Our civilian factory will be done in 37. March of 37, so less than a year out for another civilian factory. That's fine. How are things looking on the research front? We're days and days away. Yeah, speed 5 is where we gotta go. At least until we get our national focus done. Tell you, this conscription law and the Great Depression is really hurting us. And I wonder if when World War II breaks out, the Great Depression will sort of go away on its own. Being in Iraq, I don't think they had a Great Depression modifier, so it's not exactly like I had to deal with that on that side of the world. Almost done with our next national progress. We're making nice political power, which is really nice. Yeah, I'm thinking this will work out well for us. We're gaining that army experience. Once we hit 10 army experience will be good. We can modify the government once more. Let's see, industrial research time minus 10%, electronics. We can't go into that. World tension is still low, so we can't adjust that, and we can't adjust our conscription. Let's see, dockyards don't really care about. National unity, the quartermaster, democracy. Let's see, civilian division defense would be nice. Division attack would be very nice. But we're really not into that yet. Small arms research time. I think that would be very good. We can research weapons more quickly. We'll go ahead and work on that. A few days away from Petration, and then I think we can work our way down the next chain, if I'm not mistaken. The United States is looking pretty hungry down there on the northern border, and that is fine. We're working the best we can on it. Once our troops are done out of basic training, we will deploy them as such. Oh, what is going on here? Canada seeks immediate Petration after breakdowns in negotiation with Westminster and an unprecedented 63-hour debate. Canadian Parliament has overturned the British North America Act, enshrining the Canadian Constitution and laws untouchable by the monarchy. From sea to sea, Canada will be free. In our hearts, we will always be Canadians. So the United States' advocacy for democracy is starting to affect our country. Oh, so FDR is making a case. Okay, that's fine. That is fine indeed. Our next national focus, burn the royal portraits, gaining communism support. That may be cool. Burn the royal portraits, why not? We will be communist. That sounds fun. Leadership purges in the Soviet Union. Soviet command has suffered greatly. The structure of the Soviet High Command has changed irrevocably. Okay, righty. Moving right along then. Awesome. Things are happening. Our division is training up. We have plenty of rifles for that. And we need 2,700 infantry equipment, which hopefully our factories are producing. We're still on a shortage for the next 140 days. I don't believe we're going to war in the next 140 days, so that should work out well for us. How is research coming along? Yes. 7 days away from construction 1. We can focus on a new tech, which is always exciting. I don't know what we're going to get quite yet, but once we ping that construction 1, we'll be able to take a greater look-see and hope the world doesn't drop on our heads. Otherwise, this is going to be a very short game indeed. All right, construction 1 is done. Now, if we were to move to construction 2, we are ahead of time, so we shouldn't do that. We're still ahead on machine tools. Is there anything we can get in 1936? Reinforcement rate, doctrines? How about our infantry equipment? 325 days ahead of time on that. But +5 all over the place might not be too awful bad. We can't afford a support battalion yet. We don't have any tanks or artillery. Land doctrines are 50% off though. Maximum planning gets us to defense +10. I think the bang for our buck right here is 117 days. Well, 93. We're not really planning anything yet though. I believe this would be good to just get it out of the way. Yeah, +5 on the defense and the breakthrough. Let's go ahead and take that one. How are things looking? We're burning the royal portraits. That should get our communists... Oh, the games are over. Good on ya. I think next we'll focus on a Communist Party leader. Maybe that will help. Once we get the royal portraits burned, and we can get a communist revolutionary in here, William Cashton, we can get communism on the rise and perhaps break away. We need 574 to be free, autonomous, and 234 political power. So it takes some political power to change. Once we get all those pawns in order, 570 more pawns, we can become free. Which is my ultimate goal for this this playthrough. We're building tanks out the wazoo. We don't have the manpower though. Manpower is what's killing us. And as soon as those 129 come in, they're filling the divisions in basic training. So they have plenty of manpower there, and they're filling up manpower there. All we are waiting on is the infantry equipment. So hopefully that infantry equipment can grow. I'm thinking about, for the time being, since we have plenty of tanks, how many tanks do we have in reserve is what I want to know. 87 extra tanks in reserve. I think for the time being, now would be a good time to get rid of this factory and pop it in here. That way we can get, we lose a little bit of production efficiency because they're changing from a tank to a rifle, but that's going to knock down our behind time. Yeah, we're 100 days out from fully having enough infantry equipment, which is fine with me. Yeah, now we're starting to get in some equipment. Yeah, it only takes 900 rifles for this district militia. If we could, I would like to reorganize the district militia, and this is going to hurt, but it's better to do it now. Let's go to edit the militia. Well, that's just regular old infantry. I mean, that's what we need. We could do support artillery, but we're not producing artillery. So a recon company, better defense, better breakthrough with the engineers. I like the engineers. Go ahead and give us our engineers, please. That's going to set us back quite a bit. Now it requires 300 more men per division, and it took our infantry equipment need. Oh crap, we're not making support equipment. All right, that's fine. That is fine and dandy. So I'm sort of playing the slow game. I'm not anticipating being at war anytime soon, which could be a thorn in our side. But what I'm thinking here is get the rifle requirement made for all these basic divisions first, and then take a couple of these factories away and start producing support equipment. Now, we do know what support equipment is, correct? Like, we do know... Yeah, we do know support equipment. That's good. Iraq did not know what support equipment was, so I'm coming at it at a better position here. All right, we're burning the royal portraits. We can select another national focus. The communist ideas factory output. Oh, yes. But we can't take that because we need to be independent and communist. Well, crap on a cracker, man. I didn't read those. That's fine. Okay. So we need something bigger and better. We need something to work now. And I mean, I'm thinking the Crown Corporation would be good. That way we can get these building slots done. So let's focus on that. And then we can hire CD Howe, which gains the Captain of Industry. I'm thinking that's what we got to do. We got to get old CD Howe in here. And hopefully we'll get enough... Yeah, we'll get enough political power. Should get enough political power built up in the time being to hire that guy. Oh, we can modify the government once more. I want to keep one of these slots open. I'm not sure where Howe fits in, but I believe he'll be a political advisor. So I want to keep one of those slots open. Is there anything we can do? A tank designer, chief of the army, the Navy, the Air Force, military high command, special forces, air superiority. All those guys are kind of crap. Let's just do industry. Let's just knock it out and do industry focus. That way we can get these techs knocked out. And I don't think that counted, adding the 10% there. I know we're missing equipment production. We need support equipment. That is fine. I am well aware. Reinforcements are almost fully up. How about that? Excellent. Once we get our rifle situation situated, 55 more days, then we will pull... Matter of fact, we could probably pull a factory off now, I think. We're getting these guys up enough and we don't want to fall behind. So let's pull a factory off, and then we want to add support equipment, which we have enough for that. Go ahead and knock that out. We're making 3 a month, and that production efficiency is going to go up. We have the material for it, so that is good to go. That one lone factory is going to be churning them out pretty quickly here, I think. We definitely need that support as much as we can get it. We're down 3,000 days. You gotta be kidding on me. I might pull another factory off of infantry equipment once we get situated and help that support equipment along. Oh, look at that communism grow. All right, we have our concentrated industry. Outstanding. We're a little behind there, but I think we could make do. Let's see, mountains, special forces. I kind of want to do another land doctrine. Start working on these doctrines to get some defense and soft attack, and a 60% reduction. I will take that all day, every day. We'll go ahead and get these last 2 researched for the time being, and then we'll call it an episode. We'll see where we can go from here. I'm sort of liking where we're going. Yeah, we hit a speed bump in the communism era here, but that is fine. I'm not too upset about that. I know I'm not focusing on my Navy or my Air Force. I'm thinking this is going to help us the most. And we're gaining that political power here. We're researching Crown Corporations. 30 days left of that. Then we can get the Housing Act, which will give us another civilian factory. Speaking of which, how is that coming along? March of 37, we are almost there to our next factory, which is good. That should speed things up just a touch. We're making 1.4 a week now, 1.5 a week. Our production efficiency is climbing. We're knocking this out. No longer 3,000 days in the hole. We're chopping that out by spades for sure. A 20-day shortage on infantry equipment. Our boys are almost reinforced, and these guys are almost ready to deploy. Are you guys getting your support equipment? All right, so we got the Stokes mortar researched. 274 days ahead there. We can't research another land doctrine just quite yet. Reinforcement rate might not be too bad because we're here in 36. 0.08. I mean, it might be worth it to get that production efficiency cap up a little bit higher. We'll go ahead and take that. All right, here we go. Researching mechanical computing. We should see these numbers drop significantly. Well, not significantly, but definitely a chunk. That would be ideal for sure. And then we should get enough political power here in a month or two to hire our boy. All right, mechanical computing is done. We get a 10% reduction to reinforcement rate, and we are way ahead of time on that one. Concentrated industry factory output, 152 days. This is not bad. We want to put out as much as we can. All right, we'll hire up our political advisor and call it an episode. And look at that communism growing. So what is this going to do? Yeah, the available political advisor CD Howe, which will instantly make construction speed, civilian factory construction speed, which should help our boy out that we're building here. France and Britain announces an alliance. They are preparing for the worst. All right, let's start working on our National Housing Act, which will give us a free civilian factory. And let's go ahead and hire CD Howe, our captain of industry, for only 50. Look at that. Excellent. So I think that is going to be a good stopping point for us. Look at that. Only 359 more to be free. To be free of the bonds of the Commonwealth. And we may lose our 15% reduction in research. In fact, we probably will. But I think this is good enough for us for today. Awesome. Let's see how things are developing over here in Europe. Still looks okay. All right, ladies and gentlemen, that is going to do it for me in this episode of Hearts of Iron 4. Not a lot of combat, but definitely setting up, and we're moving in the right direction. Thank you so much for tuning in. This has been Sokka. Like, share, and subscribe if you are so bold. And for our elite Prime Minister, Mackenzie King, I will see you in the next Hearts of Iron 4 video. Take care.